Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a world where the unexpected shapes our lives and finances in ways we never imagined. We're talking about The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. This book is a must-read for anyone who wants to understand the true impact of randomness and uncertainty on our financial decisions. Stick around, because what you learn today could change how you see the world forever. Taleb starts by introducing the concept of a black swan. These are rare, unpredictable events that have massive consequences. Think of the 2008 financial crisis, the rise of the internet, or even a global pandemic. These events are not only unforeseen, but also transformative. After they occur, everyone tries to explain them, but beforehand, they are almost unimaginable. The first takeaway from this book is the importance of preparing for the unexpected. In personal finance, this means building a resilient financial plan that can withstand shocks. Diversify your investments, keep an emergency fund, and avoid putting all your eggs in one basket. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to handle any financial black swan that comes your way. Taleb emphasizes the role of Mediocristan and Extremistan. Mediocristan is the land of average events, where things are predictable and variations are small. Extremistan, on the other hand, is where black swans live. It's a world of extreme outcomes, where a few events have a disproportionate impact. The financial markets, with their wild swings and outliers, belong to Extremistan. Understanding this distinction is crucial for personal finance. Many people make the mistake of thinking the stock market behaves like Mediocristan, expecting steady returns and low volatility. But in reality, the market is unpredictable and prone to sudden, extreme changes. Recognize this, and you'll be better prepared to handle the ups and downs of investing. One of the key messages of The Black Swan is the narrative fallacy. Humans love stories. We create narratives to make sense of the world, even when the events are random. This tendency can lead us to believe we understand the past and can predict the future, which is often not the case. In finance, this means being wary of experts who claim to predict market movements with certainty. Their stories might be convincing, but the reality is far more complex. Instead of relying on predictions, focus on building a robust financial strategy. Taleb advises adopting a barbell strategy for investing. This means putting the majority of your assets in extremely safe investments, like government bonds, and a small portion in highly speculative ones. This approach balances security with the potential for high returns, making your portfolio resilient to black swans. Taleb also highlights the problem of confirmation bias, our tendency to see only what we want to see and ignore contrary evidence. In personal finance, this can lead to sticking with poor investments because we only notice information that supports our decisions. To avoid this, regularly review and question your investment choices. Seek out diverse opinions and be willing to change course if needed. Another powerful concept in The Black Swan is anti-fragility. Unlike fragile things that break under stress or resilient things that withstand it, anti-fragile things grow stronger from stress and chaos. Taleb argues that we should strive to make our financial lives anti-fragile. This means creating systems that not only survive shocks, but also benefit from them. For personal finance, this could mean seeking out opportunities that thrive in uncertainty. Consider investing in sectors that do well during economic downturns, or adopting strategies that take advantage of market volatility. By doing so, you can turn unexpected events into opportunities for growth. Taleb is also critical of traditional risk management techniques, like value at risk (VR) models, which he argues are flawed because they assume a normal distribution of events and underestimate the likelihood of black swans. Instead, he advocates for more flexible, dynamic approaches to risk management that acknowledge the limits of our knowledge. When managing your finances, don't rely solely on standard risk assessment tools. Be aware of their limitations and complement them with a healthy dose of skepticism and common sense. Recognize that the future is inherently uncertain and plan accordingly. Taleb discusses the importance of skin in the game. He argues that decision makers should face the consequences of their actions. In finance, this means being wary of advisors who don't have their own money invested in the strategies they recommend. Seek out those who are aligned with your interests and share the risks and rewards with you. For your personal finance decisions, ensure that your interests are aligned with those giving you advice. This alignment helps ensure that the advice you receive is in your best interest and not influenced by external incentives. A fascinating part of the Black Swan is Taleb's critique of the over-reliance on historical data. He points out that past data can be misleading because it often doesn't account for Black Swan events. Just because something hasn't happened before doesn't mean it won't happen in the future. When planning your finances, be cautious about relying too heavily on historical performance. Past performance is not always indicative of future results. Instead, consider a range of scenarios, including unlikely but impactful events, and prepare for them. Taleb also warns against the dangers of overconfidence. Many investors believe they can outsmart the market and consistently pick winners. However, the reality is that markets are complex and often driven by random factors. Overconfidence can lead to taking on excessive risk and making poor investment choices. Maintain humility in your financial decisions, recognize the role of luck and randomness in investing, and avoid the trap of thinking you can consistently beat the market. Focus on long-term, diversified strategies that don't rely on predicting short-term movements. The Black Swan also touches on the importance of simplicity. Taleb argues that simple systems are often more robust and less prone to failure than complex ones. In personal finance, this means avoiding overly complicated investment strategies that are hard to understand and manage. Stick to straightforward, time-tested investment principles. Diversify your portfolio, keep costs low, and invest for the long term. These simple strategies are more likely to withstand the test of time and the shocks of Black Swan events. In conclusion, The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Taleb offers profound insights into the role of randomness and uncertainty in our lives and finances. By recognizing and preparing for Black Swan events, adopting anti-fragile strategies, and maintaining humility and simplicity in our financial decisions, we can better navigate the unpredictable world of investing. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Black Swan. If you found this summary helpful and want more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us create more valuable content to help you achieve financial success. See you in the next video.